Hi, today I'm going to show you how to solve a problem in HackerRank. This is our fourth video in this challenge, so let's get started. Here are the instructions. So in this challenge you are required to calculate and print the sum of the elements in the array, keeping in mind that some of those integers may be quite large. The function description says, complete a very big sum function in the editor below. It must return the sum of all array elements. A very big sum has the following parameters: int rn, an array of integers, and return long, the sum of all array elements. The input format needs to be: the first line of the input consists of an integer n, and the next line contains n space-separated integers contained in the array. The output format returns the integer sum of the elements in the array. Here we have the constraints and a sample input. Here we have the 5. We're going to introduce 5 different numbers in an array. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different numbers, and the output, it will be the sum of all the different numbers in the array. So here we have a node if you are using C or C++ or Java. So let's get started with aVeryBigSum. So I'm going to use a method called reduce for arrays in JavaScript. This is like a native method for arrays in JavaScript. There are a lot of different methods that you can, or different ways that you can use, but I'm going to use this. I'm going to show you two different. If you don't want to use reduce, if you just want to like iterate the array, like with a for each, for example. So first, I'm going to show you with the reduce. So in the first case, the method, when we use reduce function to sum the elements of the array, reduce iterates over the array and accumulates the sum. So reduce takes a callback function that gets called with two arguments, the old val and the new val. The old val is the accumulated value, and the new val is the current element of the array. The initial value of the accumulator, old val, is set to 0, the second argument to reduce. The callback function returns the sum of the old val and new val, which gets passed as old val in the next iteration. Here is like the conclusion. Return the array, but reduce. So we receive the old val, comma, the new val. We're iterating. So here we have like this. Okay. And later we need to specify the default value, or the initial value for the sum. At the beginning the sum is 0, so here we have the default value, and later we need to return the what we need to do with the accumulated value. The accumulated value, it will be the old val, so we just need to every time we are iterating, adding this new val. So we just need to plus the new val. Here, and I think that's all with this way. So we just run code and we wait. We're waiting, processing, and the sample test case 0. It is successful, so we just need to submit the code. And this is the way using reduce. So we are I'm going to show you another way I'm using. If you don't want to use reduce, or if you think it's easier to use a for each, for example, so congratulations when we use reduce. But we're going to comment this part of the code, and later we're going to use just a for each. So in this case, when you just want to use a for each, first I will create a variable or a let sum by default 0. This 0, it will be like this 0 from here in the radius. So later we just need to iterate in the array. So r point for each, and we receive an element. Later we just need to accumulate the value. So sum equals sum more element. So at the end we just need to return the sum. And yeah, I think that's the way when you don't want to use a reduce method. So we just need to run the code. And yeah, here is the sample test case, successful. We just need to submit the code, and we are waiting. And this method does using for each. The second method is using the for each function to iterate over the array and sum the elements. So here's like a simple explanation because it's like easier to understand maybe. If you are not used to use like this native method reduce. So here we have the results, test case 0 and test case 1 successful.